Hello, 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 brothers and sisters. Peace be upon you all. I pray you're all doing well. It's a beautiful thing to be free, man. So today we're going to be talking about counting the days. Should we count the days on our journey to being free from addiction? Is that something we should do? Is something we shouldn't do? That's what we're going to talk about today.
Hey, 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 hey.
First off, you got to ask yourself a question about the days. When you think about your counter, when you think about how many days it's been for you, whether it's a few days, a couple weeks, a month or two, beyond that, is it helping you to be aware of it, or is it harming you? How does it make you feel when you think about those days? Are you excited? Are you motivated? Are you feeling, yes, it's been 2 weeks. It's been a month. It's been a year. Wow, it's amazing. It's day three. I've made it 3 days. Is that how you're feeling? Or are you getting some anxiety? Is it making you a bit worried, a bit anxious? Are you thinking, it's been a couple of days and I don't know. I don't know if I can keep going. I've never been this far before, or it looks like the journey ahead, there's so much. There's so many days ahead. How am I ever going to make it to 90, to a year, to 5 years? When will I ever be free? Right? Yeah, you start getting these thoughts about you're in the danger zone. Oh no, I've relapsed on this day before. Yeah. I usually only make it 10, 12 days. I've relapsed. This day 11. I've relapsed on day 11 so many times. I'm not going to make it past day 11, man. You gotta ask yourself, how are you feeling about those days? Right? First of all, what we need to understand is that it's not counting towards anything. Yes, there are milestones that we like to achieve. We like to say, oh yeah, it's been 90 days. 90 days is the big one, the big forming habits and stuff, and then 90 days to break an addiction. All of this kind of terminology and stuff that we throw around in these communities. There's the 90 days. There's, of course, the idea of a year. It's like, I've been clean for a year. You want to be able to talk about that. You want to be able to say that. Even just for yourself to say, no, it's been a year. I haven't done it in a year. Right? Or maybe 1,000 days. Or whatever it is. But we're not actually counting towards freedom. We're free now. Even if it's been an hour since you last engaged in the addiction, right? Since you last acted out. But in your heart of hearts, in your spirit that you are done, that you are committed, that you are never going back, then you're free. It is over, right? It's done at that point itself. It's not a countdown to some future date like, when I can get to 60 days, when I can reach 90 days, when I finally get to a year, I'm going to be free. No, we are already free. The biggest thing for us on this journey is preserving that freedom, is defending it, is keeping our commitment, is like making sure that we keep our word. Because we're free already. Free will does not go away. You gotta view the day counting instead of like a count down towards something. It's a count up. It's a count away from. It's like someone saying, I've been 6 months cancer free. Right? Or someone saying, yeah, I was released from prison a year ago. That's the kind of count that it is. It's not, you're not counting towards an event. The event has already passed. It's behind you. That's what it is. That counter, it's more of a measure of your commitment, the level of commitment that you have on your self-improvement journey, your self-development, that you've said, yes, I'm done living the life of an addict. I'm done acting out regularly. I'm done with that behavior that I used to do. I'm changing my behavior now. I'm going to live differently. That's what it is. And from that point on, the time is going. Time is going on. A day, a week, a month, a year, and so on. You go off and you live your life as someone who doesn't behave the way that you used to live. You enjoy yourself. And like there's this saying in recovery communities, don't count the days, make the days count. You fill the day with life. You remind yourself that there's more going on out in the world besides addiction, besides drugs and alcohol and pornography and gambling and whatever your addiction is. There's more out there. There's more going on besides addiction. Life is so full and so vibrant and so colorful. And addicts, we forget that. We think happiness is derived from the drug. And it's not. It's really not. Once we understand that there's real life out there that's far happier, that's far more beautiful, it's like, well, I don't need the addiction anymore. It's not even serving me. So yeah, that's how you got to frame it. Is me being aware of these days, of the day count, is it helping me or is it hindering me? Is it hurting me along my journey? Like me, yeah, you'll see on this channel, I'm counting the days all the time. But I'm not doing it for me. Like, that's not my idea here. For me, I don't feel particularly phased either way about the day count. There was a time that I did. I remember there were times when I was really, oh man, I used to relapse a lot on day 18. I have no idea what the psychology of that is, why it was day 18. I would relapse a lot on the 18th day. Like, man, am I gonna crack 19? Am I gonna make it to 19? No, I would fail. It's already, on day 18 itself, or maybe even 17, I've started peaking. I'm looking at bikini models or something on Instagram, the whole pornography addiction. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff I was doing. And then I would fail on day 18, as per usual, on schedule. That's how it would work, Or there have been other times where, because that internal voice of addiction will be there talking to you, and it's saying like, oh, okay, I see you. You're on like day 48 or something. You're not going to make it to 50. You won't reach 50 days. You're going to fail before you get to 50. And I'm there, I'm psyching myself out like, yeah, that guy's probably right about it. I don't think I'm going to make it 50 days or 90 days or whatever it is. All right. But right now, the reason why I'm counting the days is that it's to show it's the commitment. It's showing the journey, the progress that, okay, I've figured something out, that things have changed, that I'm improving, I'm developing myself. And you can see the history of it. That's why the day counting is going on. But if you don't feel the need to count the days, you don't need to. It's your life. It's your freedom. You can be free to do with your freedom as you please, right? One idea I like to suggest is just write down the date. You just write down the date. Maybe you write it in a physical diary. Maybe you save it on your calendar on your phone and just forget about it. But other people, they do get motivated. They get excited. You get the counter apps. There's plenty of them on that you can download for your phone. You get the counter app and like, okay, yes, 14 days. Let's go. Let's do this. Day 15, day 16, and they're happy day by day, watching the counter go up, remembering, man, there was a time I couldn't make 24 hours. I couldn't do a day back then. Man, I couldn't do 3 days. There's no way. And they're seeing the progress, and it's exciting them. It's motivating them. That's the way to live it. All right. Now, we don't want to fall into the trap of streak mentality. Streak mentality is like, oh, this is a small streak. It's only 3 days, and I'm aiming for 90. Or I want 1,000. I want a year. I want all this stuff. So this 3 days is not all that special. I don't really care. It doesn't matter all that much in the grand scheme of things if I relapse. I can just start again and no. That's absolute nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. Because, like I said, it's the milestones will come when we are committed. When you're determined, when you're committed, when you know, when you're It's like a marriage contract, like your marriage vows. Like, I'm not going to cheat on my wife. I'm not going to cheat on myself. I'm not going back to the addiction. I'm not doing it. It is done. It is over. It is finished. You got to hold yourself accountable to that. But when you do, every milestone will come. Even, okay, I'm on day 1. At some point, time is going to keep progressing. It's going to be a month. You keep to that commitment. Now you've got a month on your calendar. You keep to that commitment. You've got 90 days. You've got 180. You've got a year. You've got 2 years. That's how it goes. But every milestone is made up of days. If you disrespect your streak because you think, oh, I'm on day 3, it's not a big deal. You're never going to get there. Because you've just taken 3 days away from yourself and you've ruined your commitment. Every time we break that commitment to ourselves, we're making it harder for ourselves in the future. Because we don't believe our word anymore. It doesn't mean anything. We keep breaking it all the time. Why should I believe myself that, oh, this is the last time, when I've said it 2,000 times that it's the last time? It doesn't mean a thing. We got to get out of that mindset. So don't disrespect it, thinking, oh, it's a small streak, is a small number. And at the same time, you don't want to be arrogant about, oh, no, it's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a full year. There's absolutely no way I'd be going back to whatever garbage after a year. I'm not going to go back and start drinking again. I'm not going to start smoking. I won't be drugging it up. No more PMO. It doesn't matter, because you've still got free will. Just because you made it a year doesn't mean you can't physically go back. Something hasn't magically changed in your brain that you're unable to be an addict anymore. You're living above the addiction. You're outside of that realm. Thank God you're not living like that anymore. You've shown 1 year of commitment to yourself. But never neglect what got you there. You keep to your strategies. You keep to your healthy, productive habits. And you don't get too focused on the number as if the number is what's keeping you free. It's not the number. It's your commitment. That's how you do it. But yeah, I'm telling you, we can all be free. And the days, every milestone, everything, they'll all come with time. But it's your individual decision to decide, yeah, counting the days works for me, or nah. That's causing me, it's making me too anxious. I'm too frustrated. I'm thinking too much about it. Like I said, maybe you can just just write it down on the calendar and forget about it. And then, oh, you get an alert in a year's time. Wow, it's been a year. It's been a year. You know? Whatever you decide, it's your journey. Brothers and sisters, we can all do this. Peace.
Well, here I go. How I get there, I'll figure out on my own. But no matter what, I'll be putting on a show. So watch out and watch me grow.